Hello there, YouTube. Rosewood Studios here. I am currently on Twitter and about to view the video for Fire Red and Leaf Green on Nintendo Switch. I already knew about the games because someone told me that it was available for pre-order. And I just really like this game. Actually, the very first game I played in the Pokemon franchise was Fire Red. So I am well beyond excited for this. And just wanted to see the video and see if maybe there's any slight change to the way the game was from back then to now. Granted, it's very unlikely that there's going to be something different, but I figured, you know what, it doesn't hurt to see because, I mean, they've added wireless connection, so that's something. Alright, before we go further into the video, I want to know, who was your first starter through the Kanto region? My very first starter actually was Squirtle, and while I do know Bulbasaur is the best for any Kanto playthrough nowadays, when these games go live on the Switch and Switch 2, I'm actually going to go with Squirtle because it was my very first starter, and I would like to re-experience my childhood playthrough, even if it's not exactly the same back then. Well, let me reiterate. As long as it's different today than it was back then, I'll consider it a success, as long as I also still have fun. Wait, was that just a female Team Rocket grunt? I don't remember this from the original game. Unless it's from some sort of post-story content I never did. If someone wants to let me know in the comments below if this is like actually new or if it was something in the original games, I genuinely don't remember it. Okay, speaking of legendary Pokemon, I'm wondering if Nintendo is going to make a way for us to get to the parts of the Sevi Islands with like Ho-Oh and Lugia and Deoxys. Because I know back in the day you had to actually go to GameStop and have the data put directly into the GBA card. I never had a chance to do that because by the time I got my first game, the event was long over. So, that is something to look out for in the future. Like, if it's something you can just get maybe just by pre-ordering the game, like, that's definitely worth the pre-order, I feel. I don't think it says anything about needing to have the expansion pass, so that is nice. So yeah, I'm genuinely very excited, because this gives me a chance to do a playthrough of the Kanto region again, not on my Game Boy console. Yes, I still have a Game Boy, I am very old-fashioned. But it actually gives me a chance to play it on a newer console, and not only use some of my old classic favorites, you know, like Blastoise, Parasect, and my all-time favorite, Pokemon Arcanine, but also some of my newer favorites from Nuzlockes I've done or recent playthroughs, like Farfetch'd. That Pokemon is very underrated in my opinion. It gets Cut and Fly, and yeah, Cut's not the greatest move, but it's Stab, S-T-A-B, same type advantage bonus. And it has the item Stick, if I remember correctly. It's been a while, so correct me if I'm wrong. So, like, Cut can do some serious damage depending on how you build your Farfetch'd, and Cut and Fly are needed to progress quite a bit in the Kanto region, so having a Pokemon that can actually use both in battle to great effect is pretty nice. Another newer favorite I would like to try using in my playthrough is, I want to say Golem. No, wait, if it's not online support, I don't think I'll have a way to get Golem. So, like, Graveler, that's a Pokemon I would like to use. It pairs well with Blastoise, to be honest. Because, yeah, they're both weak to grass, but, like, I'll have Farfetch'd at that point, so I have a way to deal with grass types. And at least Graveler gives me, like, a way to deal with the electric type that I would otherwise struggle with. The only thing I'm curious about, and this is probably, like, the dumb thing, is, are they going to use the Generation 3 mechanics, or the modern generation mechanics? Most likely it'll be Generation 3 mechanics, so it'll go back to how it was prior to the physical special split of Gen 4. So, like, there was the physical types, which was, if I remember correctly, Bug, Fighting, Flying, Ghost, Ground, Normal, Poison, Rock, and Steel, with the remaining 8 types, which were Dark, Dragon, Electric, Fire, Grass, Ice, Psychic, and Water. I think I forgot one. Electric, I think I forgot. Those were all special types. So it does actually mean it's more likely that you're not going to want to run all the coverage moves on a Pokemon, because there's no longer physical special split. It's either a physical type or a special type, and depending on your Pokemon, you're only going to want one of the two categories. Like Parasect, it's a bug and grass type, so this one you might want both types of moves, because it'll at least be able to utilize both to an extent, though I'm using Parasect loosely here because it's got very bad special attack, but like, I don't know, what's another good one? Magneton, I guess? No, there's no Steel-type moves, I think. Was there a Steel-type move in this generation? There probably was, I just forgot about it. But yeah, like, I'm very excited for this because it was my very first game, so being able to play it on a modern console is very, like, basically makes this the best week ever, because my birthday was just on the 17th. I got a lot of stuff for it, like you saw the new computer, the new laptop, all that. This is the icing on the cake. Like, the only thing that could make this week better is not even something that can happen this week, now that I think about it. So the only thing that can make this month overall better is if on Pokemon Day next week, we get, I don't know, a release date for Pokemon Champions, or like a pre-order for it. Maybe a new Unova game. As much as I love the Kanto region, I do love Unova a lot more because it has a better storyline compared to every single game. And I don't know, maybe some sort of update on Generation 10, which everyone's saying is going to be Pokemon Wind and Pokemon Wave. My theory is based on the fact that Petron is some sort of, like, tropical Asian fruit. We're probably looking at, like, Malaysian culture, sort of like, I don't know, Moana. Great, a Moana reference in Pokemon. I guess we're going to see Disney on Pokemon, or Pokemon on Disney. Regardless, I just want to know down in the comments below how many of you are actually going to get this game and what starter you're going to go with. As I said, I'm definitely getting at least one of them. I pre-ordered Fire Red. And I'm going with Squirtle. It was my very first starter, and I am happy to use it again. And if I can figure out how to set up my recording station, because I'm going to have to use my phone since I don't currently have my other laptop set up, I'll probably make it a YouTube series for you guys where I just play through Kanto using basically like a standard playthrough with the few restrictions I always give myself. Like, I always limit myself to using the same number of Pokemon as the upcoming gym leader. Obviously, for the Elite Four and Champion, I'm going to bring a full team of 6. I always try to go for a level cap up to the highest level Pokemon of the gym leader. In regards to the Elite Four, my level cap is the mean of the highest leveled Pokemon of each of those 5 trainers. The mean, just so all of you know, is you take the numbers, you add them up, and divide them by the number of numbers you use. So you would take the 5 highest levels from each of the trainers, the one highest each, divide it by 5, and that's my level cap. So, yeah, I'll see you all in the next one, whenever that may be.